Hi, Kipsters. It's Mrs. Crosbie and
Eleanor.
yeah, Eleanor. And we are here to bring you a story today. Eleanor, do you know that I love New Orleans?
Yes.
But do you know what I don't love about New Orleans?
Roaches.
That's right, cockroaches are yucky and they're squirmy and I hate it when they get in the house and they fly.
That's very scary. I hate them.
Today, I thought that I would bring you a New Orleans folk tale about a cockroach. This is a super fun story because it has a song. So when you hear the song, you can sing it along with us. Are you going to sing along with me, Eleanor? Yeah, you're going to sing it along with me? And she's going to listen to the story with you guys. All right, go ahead and turn on your listening ears. You move over here so you can see the story. Okay. The story that I'm going to read to you today is Madame Poulet and Monsieur Roach by Diane de la Casas. Get out of my screen. They can't see the pictures if you're up there, you silly. And it was illustrated by Marta Gentry. Again, it's a New Orleans folktale, but it was adapted by Diane de la Casas.
Hi, Kipsters.
All right. That's enough. Get out of my screen, you goof. Okay. I'm going to try to hold up the story so you guys can see the pictures and read it along with me. Did you know that chickens and cockroaches were once the very best of friends? That's right, but it was a very long time ago.
Cool, white.
Madame Poulet and Monsieur Roach lived in a beautiful home. Wait, Monsieur, what type of word is that, Eleanor? Do you know? It's a French word. What does Monsieur mean? It means Mr. and Madame means Mrs. There are going to be a lot of French words in this story because in New Orleans they used to speak French. So watch out for those French words. I'm going to start again. Madame Poulet and Monsieur Roach lived in a beautiful home. They agreed to contribute to the household by foraging for food together. But Monsieur Roach was a lazy bug. He did not like hard work and was always thinking of a plan to get out of it. Uh-oh. One morning, Madame Poulet woke up bright and early. She went into the room where Monsieur Roach was lying in bed, and she said, Monsieur Roach, it's time for us to forage for our food. But Monsieur Roach pretended to be sick. Ugh. He said, Madame Poulet, I would love to help you, but I think I'm getting sick. Madame Poulet looked at her poor friend lying miserable in bed and said, Monsieur Roach, it's all right. You stay home, rest and get better, and I'll forage for our food. Off she went out the door. As soon as Madame Poulet was gone, guess what that rascally roach did? Monsieur Roach hopped out of bed and called all of his roach buddies over. He yelled, Hey guys! And the roaches scurried into the house. They began celebrating and had a big cockroach fete, a big party. Monsieur Roach yelled, Laissez le bon temps brûler! Let the good times roll! And he began to sing and dance. Oh,
cool.
Get ready for the song. You ready, Eleanor? Madame Poulet, she is gone and that is that. Oh, we will party, until that chicken she comes back. Before Madame Poulet returned, all the roaches hurried home. Monsieur Roach hopped back into bed and pretended to be sick.
Oh, man.
The next morning, Madame Poulet woke up bright and early. She went into the room where Monsieur Roach was lying in bed, and she said, Monsieur Roach, it is time for us to forage for our food. But Monsieur Roach pretended to be sick. He said, Madame Poulet, I would love to help you, but today I'm really, really sick. Madame Poulet looked at her poor friend lying miserable in bed and said, Monsieur Roach, it's all right. You stay home, rest and get better, and I'll forage for our food. Off she went out the door. As soon as Madame Poulet was long gone, guess what that roach did? That's right. He hopped out of bed and called to his roach buddies. He yelled, Hey, guys! And all of the roaches scurried into the house. They began celebrating and had a big cockroach fete. A big party. Monsieur Roach yelled, Laissez le bon temps brûler! Let the good times roll. And he began to sing and dance. Get ready. Madame Poulet, she is gone and that is that. We will party, until that chicken she comes back. Before Madame Poulet returned, all the roaches hurried home, and Monsieur Roach hopped back into bed and pretended to be sick. On the third day, Madame Poulet woke up bright and early, even earlier than before. She woke up so early that the sun was still sleeping under the horizon. She went into the room where Monsieur Roach was lying in bed, and she said, Monsieur Roach, it is time for us to forage for our food. But Monsieur Roach pretended to be sick. He said, Madame Poulet, I'd love to help you, but I'm really, really, really sick. By this time, Madame Poulet had become a bit suspicious. After all, she was no spring chicken. Madame Poulet looked at her friend differently and said, Monsieur Roach, you stay home, rest and get better, and I'll forage for our food. Off she went, out the door. What do you think is going to happen? Let's see. As soon as Madame Poulet was gone, guess what that rascally roach did? Put your hand down. You know it. Monsieur Roach hopped out of bed and called all of his roach buddies over. He yelled, Hey, guys! And all of the roaches came scurrying into the house. They began celebrating and had a big cockroach fete, a big party. Monsieur Roach yelled, Laissez le bon temps brûler! Let the good times roll. He began to sing and dance. Madame Poulet, she is gone and that is that. Oh, we will party, until that chicken she comes back. Madame Poulet decided to come home early. As soon as she walked into the house, she saw roaches everywhere. Ew. They were on top of her sofa. They were even on top of her stove, on top of her kitchen table, and even on top of her clean dishes. They were singing and dancing, and there was Monsieur Roach. Cut it out. There was Monsieur Roach right in the middle of it, having a good time. Oh, no. Madame Poulet.
Sorry.
Cut it out, or I'm not going to invite you to story time. Can you believe this? Okay, listen. Madame Poulet was furious. She began clucking madly. All the roaches scattered and scurried, looking for a place to hide, looking for a way to escape. But it was too late. Madame Poulet bent down and slurped up each one of them until they were all gone. All that is, except her friend, her best friend, Monsieur Roach, cowered in a corner, smiling sheepishly. Hello, Madame Poulet, how are you? Madame Poulet replied, For 3 days now I have been foraging for our food while you have been partying. Monsieur Roach smiled sweetly. Well, would you like to rest now? I don't think so. All that hard work has made me very hungry. Before Monsieur Roach could say another word, Madame Poulet bent down and slurped him up just like that. From that day to this, chickens and roaches are no longer friends. As a matter of fact, if you ever go into a chicken yard, you can still hear the chickens crying, Roach, 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 roach. And if the roaches are scurrying by, you can be sure they won't be by for very long.
And that's the story of Madame Poulet.
So now you know, if you have a problem with roaches, you don't need bug spray.
Nope.
All you need is a chicken.
Yes! But no bug spray. Okay? That's right.
Did you guys spot the French words in the story? Did you spot the French words in the story, Eleanor?
Yes.
Oh.
Me, Eleanor.
Cut it out, you goof. There is the word fete. Do you remember what the word fete means, Eleanor?
Party.
Yes, a party. There's the word forage. Do you know what that means? To search for. What about laissez le bon temps brûler? I bet a lot of you have heard that phrase before. Do you know what that means?
No.
Let the good times roll. And poulet means chicken. She was Madam Chicken. Oh my goodness, friends. Thank you so much for coming and joining us for story time. Sit up, Eleanor. All right. We can't wait to see you back at school. Bye, Kipster.